Hey guys, this is the Anime Fiend bringing to you today another one of One Piece's greatness. And well, today I want to talk about One Piece villains. After reading the previous chapter, I think we're gonna get more about Kaido, not just as a fighter but also as a character. So, before Kaido becomes one of the best villains out there, I thought, gotta make a list of my favorite villains, right? So, here you go, man. My top 15 favorite One Piece villains. And, this is basically what I like. It's just, it's not like, oh, how evil they were, how bad they were. No, it's just my list. Of course, at number 15 is Gecko Moria, and I know everybody's gonna say, oh, that's just garbage, but he was the manifestation of sloth, defeat, and disappointment, right? And he pretty much did that role justice, and I think, he established Kaido as an awesome villain later on. So, yeah, his role, I think he fulfilled pretty well. Oh, my number 14, Arlong, on the other hand, established how ruthless and evil the Grand Line is, of course, with the help of Nami's backstory, but it did show how ruthless and bad shit crazy the Grand Line could be, right? So, there you go. My number 13, Enel, with his ego, pride, and self centeredness, shows us that how power could corrupt and blind someone and eventually lead to their downfall. My number 12, Rob Lucci, is the bloodthirsty, cold blooded killer, but his lack of emotions and anything actually in that regard, puts him not higher than this, right? My number 11 is, of course, Queen the Plague, and I know his showings haven't been that great in recent chapters, but I think his character, his goofiness, his vicious ruthlessness, affecting his own people, is that's pretty crazy. But again, all these mixture, I think he's a pretty good character, and we're gonna see a lot more from him. My number 10 was just scary and unstoppable. Megalon or Magellan, whatever his name is, right? This dude, despite having people like Jinbei and Crocodile with them, they still feared him. So this dude was just dangerous, man. My number 9, on the other hand, Perospero isn't as strong or isn't as dangerous, but dude, despite having characters like Big Mom and Karakuri in the same arc, he was showing that he's not one to be underestimated either, right? And in Wano, well, beating Carrot, of course, boosts him higher. Now, number 8, Kizaru, on the other hand, he was just badass, man. His intro, his dominance on the supernova, everything was just phenomenal, right? Looking at his face, the expression of not giving a shit about anything, that's just scary in itself, right? Now coming down to 7, that is of course Kaido. I think he's just been phenomenal, this unstoppable creature of a man who nobody can stop, and just it's just phenomenal, man, the way he's been portrayed. Like, damn, that's just awesome, and I think he has still a lot of potential to grow. So yeah, I'm just hoping the best for Kaido, man. My number 6, who everyone thought was actually Kaido's son, of course, Karakuri. Man, this dude was just unstoppable and phenomenal, right? Right from his intro to his defeat, like he was just. His character growth in this arc was just awesome, right? It was beautiful. My number 5 for a while was one of the most hated men in One Piece fandom, of course, Akainu. This dude, man, his dominance in Marineford was just astounding, right? Come on, like, he was just phenomenal. He was all over the place. But of course, previously we just thought like he was just, this dude who does what he does because of his morals and stuff, but he's not much of a thinker, right? But now that he's become the fleet admiral, I think we're starting to see a lot more from him, and I think his backstory is gonna be really good, man. Now, my number four is probably the most surprising to you guys, and that is, of course, Big Mom. And dude, I know she's been portrayed as a meme a lot of times, but I think just her being this childish, dumb, and this strong character, I think that just makes her look like the evilest and the most dangerous character ever, right? So I think that is just scary, man, and I think she's just really underrated. Now, my number three, of course, is probably gonna end up being the greatest One Piece villain, or even one of the greatest anime villains of all time, right? That is, of course, Marshall D. Teacher, Blackbeard. And dude, what do I say about Blackbeard? He's just, crazy and ambitious and just phenomenal. And I'm sure he's gonna show a lot more than what he already did, right? I mean, him not doing much and still being third is pretty awesome. Now, my number two, in my opinion, is probably the greatest One Piece villain of all time. If not for number one, just accomplishing more and him not being as prevalent in the latest One Piece chapters, right? And that is, of course, Crocodile. And I mean, man, Crocodile, his plans, his schemes, the way he was, the way, like, dude, everything about Crocodile just screams the greatest villain, right? Like, I mean, man, in recent times, I would say he's pretty underrated, man. People just forgot about him, right? Like, he was just this awesome villain, and in my opinion, I think when he shows back up and does a lot more things, I think he could, go higher on this list. But of course, the man dominating this list is, of course, Foxy. And dude, Foxy, this guy, man, all the other villains I love, but this guy I was just afraid of, man. Whenever he showed up, like whatever he did, like, man, I was afraid of this dude. But of course, I'm just trolling, and the real dude is, of course, Don Quixote Doflamingo. And man, what do I say about Doflamingo, right? I mean, he was a schemer just like Crocodile, and he was actually successful in doing all these things. And man, the manipulation, the everything, right? The smiles, the experimentation with Caesar, everything he did was just to create chaos and dominance, right? The only goal he wanted was pure chaos and for everyone to suffer, and that just makes him just phenomenal, man. But of course, that is my list, and I would actually love to see your list and stuff. So comment down. I would really appreciate seeing your lists, and comment down about what you think about my list as well, right? I want to see that too. But anyways, man, that's all for the video. If you think the video is good, like, share, subscribe, and check out our podcast, the Anime Unhinged podcast, both on YouTube and on Twitch. And, join my Discord if you want to have fun discussions with me and my friends. If you want to support me even more, sign up on my Patreon. But, anyways, man, as always, until next time, peace.